Exactly. Like
Yeah.
we can't make the same game twice. People
Right.
should get ready because id Software will not make the same game twice. That is not good. Like we need to innovate constantly, always push the envelope. The spirit of an id game, I believe, is in aggression. I think when I buy an id game, doesn't mean that we couldn't make a game that didn't have didn't require something else of the player. But for now, since the beginning in the Carmack days of Romero and Carmack and all of those great guys, it was always about, aggression is the solution to my problems. And that
Right.
doesn't mean it's a stupid game.
Yeah.
But, I am moving through the world and I am the scariest thing in the level. And that's a good id game.
Hey! Who are you? You can't be here.
It's interesting going back to the desire to innovate.
Yeah.
Always, it's just so important because, look, artistically, as much as we want our favorite musicians, our favorite movies, and sequels to our favorite movies to give us that same feeling that the original had, we all know that we don't like it and don't want it to just do the same thing again.
We already had that thing, right?
So exactly. Yeah. So it is. That's why I honestly feel that the original Star Wars is one of the all-time great trilogies, because each one is so different. Right. Even as good as Empire is, and of course we all think Empire is the best, but like, do we really want? Did we really want all three of them to be like that? I don't think so. I think Star Wars has its own, kind of somewhat goofy vibe to it. It's only goofy because it's low budget a little bit, but not goofy. What's the word? It's almost like a play.
Yeah. I mean, it's like space, space opera.
A little bit of space opera, yeah. And then Empire's kind of the realist one. It's the most mature. It's almost PG-13.
Yeah.
And then Return of the Jedi is kind of that summer blockbuster family adventure film. That they end it with, and they're all different. So, as much as people loved Doom 2016, we can't just remake Doom 2016. Like tonally, we need to go somewhere. Video game, mechanics wise, we need to go somewhere, and we'll do the same. We'll just continue. No matter what we do, we'll always look to evolve and do something different. Because if you give them the same thing they did before, it's boring. Yeah. I mean, think about this. I love Horizon Zero Dawn. I love that game.
It's really good.
I stopped playing, and I played the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
I stopped playing that game for a reason, because I played it so much and I was good. So as I would really, prefer if Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is, in the same universe and made by the same incredible team, but I'm not asking for the same game again.
Right. You want to double down, right?
Yeah, or wherever they go.
Right.
I'm ready to go with them, just so long as it's engaging.
Yeah.
It's gameplay first, and then we take that that was in the original Doom. I mean, look at how those shotgun shells stand out, and that was just like it was in the original game. By the way, that kind of looks like a Commander Keen helmet. That's hilarious. So,
hot cups.
So it's all about just communicating to the player the information. Everything in Doom has a purpose. There's very little and that purpose. The reason why the gameplay loop of Doom Eternal is so satisfying, and the more time you invest in it, the more fun it is because we dedicate everything to it. If anybody's ever read the book Good to Great, which is a really good book for anybody, really, not just companies. But the general principle is don't do more, do better. The jack of all trades or the master of one. You want to be the master of one, and so that's what Doom is. Doom is a game about combat, and we invest. We bend everything in the game to serving that need, that goal, and so the colors are just born out of the need to be able to tell people things very clearly, and that is consistent with what was in the original Doom. Like,
right, that's true.
I think and also, to be honest, also to just celebrate the idea that it is just a video game. You know, like we want to. There's a. I think I incorrectly said I don't care about immersion once in a marketing PR call, because immersion to me just means consistency. Like immersion is like, how consistent are you with your visuals, your tone, and I think, and if you're consistent, then I'm immersed in your world, and you kind of break immersion when you're inconsistent.
Right.
So I think we're incredibly consistent. You know, with the like, I mean, everything about everything about Doom is loud. Jesus Christ. The music is loud. The action is loud. Everything is loud. So I think tonally it's a very confident and consistent game. The consumer's never wrong. I'm sitting here, I'm going to babble for the next 10 weeks about all kinds of designs theory shit. None of that matters if you don't like it. That's it. The whole point of all of it is for you to sit there and say, I like it. That is my favorite part of being a commercial artist. When you make art for others, there's an immediate response from the consumer, and that is the drug of this profession, because I love it when I even like it when they don't like it. I mean, because you're always learning. I mean, if they love it, they tell you why. If they hate it, they tell you why. You're just learning things, all the time, and it's unfiltered. That's my favorite part. Like, I can't stand art when I don't like something and someone has to. Well, you don't know about this thing and that thing. I mean, it was the game's job to teach me the things it needed to teach me. But sometimes, go to a museum and you're like, I don't know, it just kind of looks like somebody threw paint at the canvas. Well, you gotta read the little card on the side.
And you're like, no, it still looks like that, right?
Exactly. So
I read it. It looks like somebody threw paint on it.
One of my favorite things about entertainment design and product design and automotive design, that's why I use so many car analogies, because I went to Art Center and that's where my background is. But the
shout out to Art Center.
The consumer is never wrong. They're in charge, and I would have it. And that's the change of pace. Like, in particular, if we don't kick your ass in the level or push you, and say, look, you have to learn this, or you have to improve your player, then you won't care about progression. So, and the only way to push me to get me to care about progression is at some point I experience frustration. God damn it, I wish I had a little bit more ammo. Oh, it's funny you should ask. Here's an ammo upgrade. You want the player asking for something, and then you're there waiting with that thing in the game for them, like right after they ask for it, or right when they're about to ask for it. I think that's key, because nobody's going to invest in something that they don't feel like they need.
Sure.
By design, I think if human beings like to, I talked about you want to hit the guy right at the peak of his pitch. You don't want to hit it early. You don't want to hit it in the middle. You want to wait till the last minute and then smack him. And that being kind of the cornerstone of good AI design and tells and animations and how that all syncs with combat. I think that human beings are generally lazy. I mean, look, if I could play this whole game with the base shotgun, I will. That's it. I'm just going to keep doing it. And it's corralling the player again. It's saying, like, nope, you don't have enough ammo. Progression, if you invest in progression in the game, you will find it a more fulfilling experience, going through the level, picking up the coins, finding the secrets. All of this is part of the fun zone. And we funnel you in there by getting you to say, God damn it, I wish I had more ammo. Cool. We have a way to give you more. And the ship is where you get to do it. Little quiet time, unlock some of your rock posters and collect some of your toys. And then, of course, a healthy dose of the original. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Much of what I'm saying is in the original Doom. The original rocket launcher was a gun that had rules. It was super strong. It moved really slow. There was not a lot of ammo, and it would get you fucking killed. That would happen.
It was very dangerous to use in close proximity.
That's it.
As we all learned.
So, and as we know, that's basically what our and those rules, those were the bumpers. If I went outside of that, I'd kill myself. I was frustrated. And then I learned, and then they funneled me into an experience that was enjoyable. So we do the same thing. My movie references are how I make a living. So this is the. Don't tell me that I've watched James Cameron's Aliens too many times as a kid, because honestly, with my kids, and I have no idea if this is the right way.
No
I
one
try to
does.
go the opposite, and I just want them to be really into things. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what it is. What's interesting is like what I was really into for you younger people out there, it's going to be something totally different. And on the surface, all of these are just new mediums of art. That's how I look at it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like video games is the new art medium, just like movies was the new art medium. And a long time ago, it was oil painting and frescoes, and then it was sculpture,
Yeah.
and then it was acrylic, and then it was airbrush, and then it was
Yeah.
digital painting, and now it's movies. And like,
And now we're back to airbrush. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
they're hard to use.
They are.
Video games are the new art form.